A woman in Macedonia received a botched surgery wherein doctors connected her colon to her vagina, and now she's farting out of her vagina. All of this and more here on Stream On. Hello and good morning, party people. My name is Brooke Bergsoller, and you are watching Stream On here on the Stream.tv. We're here to deliver and dish up the trendiest of trending news from across your favorite social media platforms. And I'm joined today in the studio by my trusty sidekick, Jake Palmer, pulling user comments, and later we'll hear from Kate about what's happening in the world of film. What are people doing? All right, you guys, let's kick it off with what's trending on Facebook. Here's what people are talking about. Of course, another Brad and Angelina story. We're 2 days out of hearing that they filed for divorce, and the world is aflutter. So, Madame Tussaud's wax museum everywhere has officially split up the Brad and Angelina attraction. So they were together and everyone was taking pics of the happy couple, and now big drums that this, Hollywood hotspot has decided that following the news that shocked celebrity watchers worldwide, they have split the pair apart. And they tweeted a picture of these two figurines in their new places. And clearly they've reacted quite quickly to the news, while the rest of the world is still crossing their fingers that it's a big, fat joke. Now, Jake, are people joking about this over on Facebook? What are they saying, Jakey?
Yeah, there's a little bit of joking going on. Facebook user, Jasmine Gibson says they should have put Jennifer Aniston right smack in the middle of them. And I don't think Madame Tussauds really wants to get involved in the politics of celebrity gossip, but if they did, that'd be the way to do it.
I absolutely love that. I mean, what drama, you guys, right? However, my real feelings about this have nothing to do with Brad and Angelina, and it's all about how creepy I think wax figurines are in general. Like, do you guys like this stuff? It just always reminds me of a horror movie. This is a real big horror for Yahoo. Ooh, business is in trouble for the big online conglomerate. So they've had a massive data breach wherein 200 million accounts have been hacked. What? So these 200 million user accounts and email addresses were sold by a cyber criminal named Peace in 2012. He made $1,800 off of the 200 million emails. So obviously this guy Peace is doing this for fun. He can't be trying to make an income off of this. So he's also hacked into MySpace, into Tumblr, into LinkedIn when there was big story coming out of there where 100 million users saw their accounts get hacked. So apparently Yahoo could be suffering from serious implications from this hack. They have a $4.8 billion company, and now shareholders are like, well, should we still be involved? Because Yahoo was formerly attacked just a few years prior to this. So we'll see what happens. And if you guys have Yahoo accounts, I highly suggest switching over to Gmail. I feel like AOL is even safer. My mom still has an AOL account. I love to also think of this cyberbully Piece as like, cyber criminal rather by night, but like Domino's pizza delivery guy by day. Like, what does he do in his off time? Please let me know if anyone out there knows. Comment below on our Facebook video. Next up, Michael Strahan is in the news because, he's finally speaking about his sudden departure from Kelly and Michael Live, or Live with Kelly and Michael. He says that he's not a bad guy, and he's insisting that he's been painted in a poor light, but what the rumors are saying are simply not true. So in 2016, of course, Michael was offered a full-time position on Good Morning America. Word is that Kelly didn't know ahead of time. She knew one day before he made the official announcement, and she was livid about not being consulted on the decision. So in protest, the next morning, Kelly decided to just not show up for work, which left producers scrambling to find a replacement so last minute. But of course, she's back on the show now, and Michael has left. The former NFL player, confessed that the most disappointing thing to me is that I was painted as the bad guy because I value the way I carry myself. I don't want people to see me as, oh, he just ran out, he just left them there, because that's not true. But like, Michael, isn't it maybe a little true? I'm a big Kelly fan. I love her bouncing energy, and I imagine she is absolutely insane, like a crazy woman that she just went frantic after hearing this news. And also, Jake, just to let you know, if you ever leave me, if you ever... I'm kidding. I don't want to scare him. He's so sweet and innocent and pasty. Next up, we have these horribly racist Kansas State University students who decided to share an image of themselves on Snapchat. Now, her name, Paige Shoemaker, you can see on this picture here, she says that she was not wearing blackface, as we call it, which is how people took it, but rather her and her friend were wearing L'Oreal face masks, and she captioned this photo in a very, very insensitive way, saying, finally, it feels good to be a, you know the word, I say ninja. What if she meant ninja, right? That's a possibility. And so the university has said that, like, homegirl just made a big mistake, and even worse, her sorority has cut off all ties with her. So, I mean, how is she gonna make friends? These were supposed to be her sisters for life. It's not 4 years, it's for life. Jake, what are people saying about this girl on Facebook?
Well, Facebook user Ben Crabtree says that I am a student at K-State, and sadly, this sort of thing is not all that uncommon, which is why you don't go to Kansas, people, not even for school, not even for 4 years, not even for 3 years if you graduate early. Just fucking stay away. You don't want to be there.
That's very sage advice,
People wear
Jake.
blackface.
Thank you. You're saving a lot of people the time and money. Don't go to college, kids. Just skip college. But you can't really skip high school, and there is presently a really beautiful story coming out of a Canadian high school. They are welcoming their first transgender player on their high school football team. Kennedy Cooley is the name of the student, and he, who was formerly a she, tried out for the football team at a high school in Nova Scotia, was super, super nervous that he wouldn't be accepted, that he wouldn't be able to be part of a team or be included. However, his teammates said, you feel like you're a brother. Everyone has welcomed him warmly. He's playing on the team. He's doing field kicks and highest goals. And do I sound like I know football at all? At all. I love this story. I love people customizing their bodies, like even your genitals. Do what you want. I really don't care. Just be nice to people. Jake, is anyone nice about this on Facebook?
Custom genitals. Facebook user Bill Nass says, will the first traditional football good job butt slap result in a sexual harassment lawsuit? Now, gender politics aside, why is that a thing? Why is a butt slap congratulatory? Why not a pat on the back or, like a pinch of the cheek? Why does it have to be a butt slap?
I have no idea, but maybe Kennedy will get in there and switch things up a little bit, switch up these traditions, having the best of both worlds. All right, you guys, well, that's our Facebook segment. Of course, you can find us at the Stream TV, where you're probably watching right now. Be sure to comment along as the show continues, but we're going to head on over to what's trending on Twitter. So we've got 2 hashtags for you today that everyone is sharing on their Twitter accounts. Tweet. First up, apparently, it's the first day of fall. Hashtag first day of fall. It's official, party people. We've got user Emily Kahn saying, when it's the first day of fall, but you can't wear boots because it's going to be 83 degrees today and 88 degrees tomorrow. We can't really relate to that here in Los Angeles. It's freezing as fudge right now, party people. But I can relate to this adorable Thursday thought by Twitter user Shasta Schneider. And Shasta said, so many deep Thursday thoughts today. Feeling a little inadequate that mine is only, thank goodness, it's Friday, and I couldn't relate. Oh, almost Friday, because it's Thursday. I'm good at talking, but not good at math and numbers and time, people. Sorry about that. All right. Well, you can find us on Twitter at the Stream TV. Tweet all show long at us. Use these hashtags. See what's up. And now we're going to see what's happening in Instagram. So this is one of my favorite accounts, and I do say that often, but this guy is so funny. Dr. Gray Fang. If you guys don't know his account, be sure to give him a follow if you want your daily dose of laughter. Our first meme for you shows a woman as a telemarketer, helper on the 911 hotline. The guy calls in, hello, 911, I'm so hungover, I think I'm gonna die. The 911 operator says, Gatorade, hit the trees till you look Vietnamese, repeat. Love that advice. I take that myself on the weekends. Next up, a little baby on top of a table, which reads, bitch, don't kill my vibe. It's not even lunchtime and you're drinking already, little baby? You know what? He knows how to have a good time. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. It's almost Friday. Finally, we have marketing genius in this flower shop that has a sign which reads, "How mad is she?" helping customers decide how big of a bouquet they should really opt in for. Love that, Dr. Gray Fang. Thank you for all the laughs. Find us on Instagram at The Stream TV. We're starting to get predictable there with our account name, aren't we? And here is what's trending on YouTube. This is so cool. All right. The future is here, and Tinker says so himself. So the vice president of design named Tinker Hatfield has dubbed this new project Nike has come out with Earl. Nike has just released self-lacing shoes. These are electronic shoes, and Earl stands for electroreactive active lacing. So all you have to do is put your foot in the shoe, and then you press a little button, and the shoe's sensors close in on your foot, and then they know when to stop, I guess. It's an electronic shoe, so it has a charging pad. You just place the magnet on the bottom of the shoe, plug it into the wall, and then the color, there's a light on the shoe, changes colors based on your charge. So it's blue when you're fully charged, turns to yellow when you need to get it into the plug, and red when you're in dire need of having to lace your own sneakers. I can't even imagine this, the horror. All right, you guys, well, check out that story came to us from the account Wired. You've probably heard of Wired magazine. Head on over to their YouTube to watch the full video. The future is here. All right, you can find us on YouTube at The Stream TV. You can also find us over on Snapchat, and here's what people are looking at on Snapchat. First up, I've been talking so much about these driverless cars, but my mind is blown. The future, it's scaring me, you guys. All this technology is a little much for me, but these Chinese hackers hacked into Tesla's software and were able to control a car from 12 miles away. Now, it's said that these hackers were benevolent, kind of like our cyber criminal Peace, and their sole purpose in hacking into Tesla was to show the flaws, the glitches in the system so that Tesla will fix everything, and it's, you know, you'll be able to be in control of your own car, or at least the computer system running your car. I don't know. Next up, we have Riri, bad girl Riri being, bitchy as hell. So actually, I'm sorry, not bitchy, bad bitchy. So Celeb Buzz tweeted at Rihanna one time a photo of herself and said that her outfit was inappropriate and maybe she should class it up a little bit and put on some real clothes. To which Rihanna said, "Celeb Buzz, your pussy is way too dry to be riding my dick like this." That's right. Like, I think that's it. Drop the mic, Rihanna. Drop the mic and walk away. And finally, our last Snapchat story is the news that Jared Leto is set to be playing Andy Warhol in an upcoming film. No news on the exact release date there, but Jared Leto takes his jobs very seriously. He's method actor and a half, so methinks he's gonna be enjoying a bit of nose candy to sink deeper into that role, right? I love Warhol. All right, you guys. Finally, we're here in Reddit land. This is what is happening on Reddit. Here are our top rising stories. So apparently expiry dates on tons of prescription pills and over-the-counter medications are now in lawsuits. So here's what happened. A bunch of big pharma companies have put expiration dates on medicines, and it turns out those expiration dates are quite meaningless. So there was a study done with hundreds of different samples of pills where 90% of these pills were fine to use, to consume, still had the effects needed 15 years after they were created. So this is all just a big hawk of crap coming from Bayer aspirin, from Pfizer, from Johnson & Johnson, from Tylenol, saying that you need to buy new medicine so that they can make more money. The FDA is the one who did this study, and they found that the average shelf life of these medicines was at least more than 5 years, and that the U.S. military themselves have saved $260 million in 5 years by not discarding these drugs that these major companies are telling us to throw away. Do I seem a little mad? Maybe I need some of these pills. Jake, what are people saying on Reddit about this whole situation?
Well, Reddit user CGVet9702 has a pretty interesting perspective. He was in the military, and he says, for anyone who hasn't served, drugs in the military generally means ibuprofen. The general consensus is that it cures everything. And I've heard this before. You know, they'll throw it at anything. You got shot? Have some ibuprofen. Got your leg blown off? Take an anti-inflammatory. We treat our soldiers very well in the U.S., as you know. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. That's what we're known for over here.
we save a lot of money doing it.
Next up, we have a story coming out of South Korea. Looks like there's going to be World War III, everyone. South Korea has plans to invade North Korea to take Kim Jong-un out of out of power. So South Korea says that they need 500,000 troops to battle against North Korea's 1.2 million troops. Let's walk away from the story and toss it over to Jake for a comment because I'm starting to feel nervous. I need those pills.
Well, Reddit user Django Feta gives an interesting strategy. He says, slowly fatten him with delicious cake until his heart explodes. So far, so good.
Thank you for lightening my load there. Holy Moses, you guys, let us know at the Stream TV, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? And I cannot wait to share the story. I'm sure you guys have been waiting to hear all about it. So, a woman in Macedonia went in for surgery. She had cancer in a mole, and she went to have the mole removed, and surgeons somehow botched up so badly that they ended up connecting her colon to her vagina, and she's now farting out of her vagina. It's the craziest story ever. So because of their mistake, the hospital has offered $33,000 in compensation, and they're paying it in 3 chunks. So this poor woman is waiting on her last chunk of money and then is contemplating pressing charges against the hospital. This is the weirdest story ever. Mind you, people, like, I'm gonna be your myth buster. Vaginas sometimes fart, you know? They're called queefs. It happens, but not to this degree. I don't think this woman ever saw it coming in her life. Jake, what are the horribly offensive but intelligent users of Reddit saying about this Macedonian woman?
Well, Reddit user UAA Otter says that money isn't the only thing she's waiting for the last chunk of. He points out she pooped out of her vagina with like this kind of like
yeah,
slanty face. Yeah, it's not a pretty picture. Luckily, I don't have one of those, so that'll never happen to me.
Oh.
Look out, Brooke.
You don't have one of those, Jake? Oh, that's so confusing. Moving along. So, you guys, this is also trending on Reddit. Apparently, Lewis and Clark, during their expedition in America, brought along with them laxatives called thunderclappers. And these are very, very strong laxatives that were composed of 60% mercury, helping them shit all over the new motherland. Now, historians have been able, and researchers have been able to track their expedition by following their deposits of shit, by following the shit. That is so incredible. Jake, what do you have to say about that?
Can we just take a moment to reflect on the fact that they were called thunderclappers? Just think about that thread today. Reddit user Mr. Skeltel says, the good old days. Stomachache? Chew on some arsenic. Constipated? Drink some mercury. You know, we're too babied now these days. You know, we have all these safe, effective, FDA-approved drugs. Just do what Lewis and Clark did and take some dangerous chemicals. It'll flush it all out for you.
Thank you, Jake. I think that is very, very wise of you. Great. Well, here is our last daily dose of cute for you. Our last story coming from Reddit. Partners in crime doing time behind bars. Couldn't be any cuter. Love it. Thank you so much, Reddit user QQ009. All right, well, that's all I have for you across social media platforms. Make sure you find us everywhere at the Stream TV. And for now, I'm going to toss it over to Kate. Kate, you look beautiful. All right, what do you have to say for me?
Hey guys, so I know we've all been talking about Brad and Angelina split, but did you guys ever stop to consider how it's going to affect the movie world? Well, I did because I'm your resident movie girl. And so while Angelina may be winning custody of the kids, it looks like Brad is winning in the box office. Combined, their movies have grossed nearly $13 billion together, but sadly with them split, Brad takes the cake in the box office earnings over his former beauty. I hate that. I really wanted Angie to get this one, but whatever. Men get paid more, like Brooke said. It's fine. It's normal, right? But Pitt's 46 films have earned $6.95 billion at the worldwide box office, and Jolie's 36 have taken $5.97 billion. She's just like this far behind. So close, so close. Anyway, her three animated Kung Fu Panda movies have grossed $2 billion globally, which is a third of Jolie's total box office earnings. And together, they both starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith and By the Sea. But Maleficent, Jolie's film, beat both of those. So, you know, there's some perks. Jolie, you're doing good. All right. We'll see what's up next for them. Now, this next story is not about off-screen couples, but it is about a pair of celebs who were passed over to play some lovers on screen. Oscar contender La La Land, which I don't know if you've seen the trailer for, but it looks amazing, starring Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, was originally supposed to feature Emma Watson and Miles Teller. Talk about Battle of the Emmas. Miles told Esquire that he received a call from his agent telling him that the director didn't think he was right for the film creatively. Harsh. But other sources say that wasn't quite true, and really, Miles just wanted more money. Okay, a little bit greedy there, Miles. And apparently Emma Watson was a little, she wasn't as greedy and just wanted more time to focus on Beauty and the Beast. So mad respect for Hermione all the time. Now, this next one is for you Star Wars fans out there, but it's not such great news. The Disney CEO is expecting Rogue One to not be as big of a hit as The Force Awakens. Apparently, the first Star Wars spin-off is going to be a bit of an uphill battle to try to convince people to follow this story about new characters that's loosely based on the old films. Even the Disney CEO, Bob Iger, is telling people not to expect as much as they did from The Force Awakens. Super sad. That's okay. But either way, Star Wars is still going to have new films coming out all the time. Disney is going to release one like every year. This one's going to be released in December, so we'll see how it holds up. Finally, Keanu Reeves is back as the badass assassin in John Wick Chapter 2. The movie's first poster was just released, and in it you can see him wearing a suit, looking super dapper. Of course, it's Keanu Reeves. When does he not look dapper? And the sequel hit theaters February 2017, right around my birthday. Yeah!
Woo.
All right, Brooke, what else you got for us?
Love that. Kate, thank you so much. You know what? Just because of what you told me about Brad and Angelina, I'm going to make it a point to see every single one of Angelina Jolie's movies from here on out.
Help her in the
Thank
box
you,
office.
Girl power. All right, you guys, and power to all of you who stayed with us here watching Stream On here in the Stream.tv. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. I'm Brooke. You saw Jake and Kate. And, well, I love you. I guess it's like that. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. While you're here, give this video a like, a share, a kiss, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on all the freshest vids coming to you daily.